It's time to step inside the Octagon with your host, Ike Feldman.
What got you into jiu-jitsu, and then what kind of made you stop?
The Mets, actually.
The Mets.
The Mets, 2009, the Mets were just pieces of trash. And then all of a sudden, John Jones, Anderson Silva, George St. Pierre, and I'm like, wait, I can root for a winner? I mean,
Yeah.
like every 4 months, I can watch my favorite fighter fight and win.
And not watch the Mets lose all the time.
Yeah, and I like, dude, like dove in jujitsu and took did an MMA fight, two boxing fights, like
Sick.
10 or 12 jujitsu tournaments, like
Wow.
wife's a black belt in karate, like she was actually in the corner for the MMA fight, so it's like it is a lifestyle for me. And just
So you fought in the cage before.
yes,
How
yes.
many how many times have you fought in the cage before? Or just once?
One time it was so
Nice.
fucking scary.
It is, yo. It's terrifying. It's terrifying.
Oh my God. I hated it because I don't know. I thought I was Wonder Boy. Like I took a couple of Taekwondo classes, Jiu-Jitsu
Yeah.
blue belt, and then I took a couple of Taekwondo classes. I'm like, yo, I got this. And it feels different. The feet on your feet, like the emotion
Yeah.
when your song hits. Some guy doesn't want to play with you, wants to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right.
It's a different feeling.
Yeah. My wife's like, you better fight back. Like she's screaming.
I know.
I'm
My
like,
my
whoa,
first
whoa, what the fuck's going
my
on?
My first fight, I went through all the whole thing, like all three rounds, made it to the decision, lost
Nice.
like 29. I lost 29-28. And then this one I finished in like a minute and 30 seconds. Both fights I didn't have a scratch on me after. Not one scratch.
That's
But
literally the best type of loss. Your first
it's
loss
exactly.
is a decision. You get to,
Yeah. And no scratches on me. Not one single scratch was on me. And the same with this fight that I won. That was like no scratch. But when you're in the back getting ready to fight, and you're not out there watching fights. You're just in the back getting ready, So you don't know what's going on out there. But then you start seeing fighters pour into the back room, like their face looks like they got stung by 100 bees, like they're like all bloody and shit. And that's what makes it scary. It's like, oh shit, I might go out there and come back out looking like that after. And it's like, so I'm blessed that I was able to do two whole fights, one that went all the way to decision, one that was like a minute and 30 seconds, and leave both of them without a scratch, because it was like just seeing those guys come back to the back room while you're getting ready is terrifying. That's the worst part, is seeing guys come back like they just lost, their whole face is all beaten to a pulp, and it's like, fuck, that better not be me. That better not be me. Like, fuck.
this.
That's the scariest
I'm
part.
just thinking that I might pull a Rogan where it's like mid-sentence starting a podcast. I think I could find a clean intro a couple of minutes ago. If you don't mind, we could just keep this rolling.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, okay. I don't think we said anything incriminating. The only criminal thing is that I'm still a fucking blue belt. But
Oh, soon.
you're a black belt, right?
No, I'm not a black belt. Did
Well,
my brother tell you I was a black belt or
yeah, I
something?
was talking with your
No,
boy, your
no.
brother in
Yeah,
arms,
I'm
Mr.
actually
Kyle Van Dunk, and he goes by
one
Nick.
striped purple belt at the moment.
Oh, wait, I knew that. I
Yeah,
knew
so one
that.
striped purple belt.
Maybe somebody else he was telling me black belt.
Chris
Okay,
is a black belt. Chris, my
of course,
coach.
of course.
Yeah,
Chris
he's
and
a
Pat,
black belt.
they better be black.
Yeah, they're
Killers.
there.
And I love that they're the instructors who put their selves out there. Like they're not hiding behind the gym walls, the four
No,
walls of a gym.
they
They're
compete quite often.
yes,
Yeah.
come on. You got to respect it. And I don't know what intro point I'm starting this at, but we were talking before about Long Island MMA not just being law MMA, not just being Longo's MMA. Obviously, Matt Serra, Chris Weidman winning this is my more professional tone now. Obviously, Matt Serra and Chris Weidman winning championships before MMA was legal in the state is pretty wild. But I believe wholeheartedly that's why I'm so happy for Flex or Lou Neglia's Combat at the Space. And if there's another promotion that I'm forgetting, my apologies. But New York is such a freaking hotbed. It's not just wrestlers who do well in states. It's becoming a hotbed for jiu-jitsu. You have the outpouring from Henzo's from the city, Eddie Bravo's blessing on the island with several 10 Planet locations, Long Island MMA, Belmore kickboxing. Um, yeah, I think Long Island is a hotbed for MMA. Have you seen it? Have you cross-trained? Do you live by the Bushido where you can train or come in for a spar night at Maxim or Victory or a different gym and it's all love? Or are you guys contained? Do you like to keep it a close knit? How does um I don't know your training look?
Um, for me at least, it's different for every fighter, no matter what gym you train at. You know, some guys like to stick to their where they are and not like to cross train, and then some guys cross train and go to a bunch of different gyms. I love to cross train. I've been to like almost every jiu-jitsu gym on Long Island. I've been to like Peak just to train there before.
Nice.
I've been
That's
to
awesome.
Royals. I've competed there, and and now we have things like the Long Island Jiu-Jitsu Network where taking they're taking teams from each and every jiu-jitsu school on Long Island, making them verse each other to see who's the best. Like we have stuff like that now where it's just like it's awesome. I love it. So I love cross training. MMA gyms. The only other MMA gym I really kind of stepped foot in was Fusion. I went to Fusion for a bit, trained with those guys a little bit, like did a few jiu-jitsu rolls with them, but they're always welcoming for me to come train there too. And No Limits is a great gym too. My boy Ryan just fought their guy Devin, and I have no bad blood between them. I've taken a few classes there before I started training at Vamos back in the day. So I've been all over. I still want to go to Belmore kickboxing because that's what everyone talks about when it comes to everyone talks about Belmore's kickboxing when it comes to striking like that. They're one of the best schools on the island for striking. So definitely want to stop in there. Law, I never been to Law. It's just such a big gym, you know, like you said, it was like it's like the what what everything else was based off of where everything else came from. So I never got to go there yet. I don't know how they are too much with visitors. I know some schools aren't like so open with visitors. I know you go to Sarah's. I heard that they're not too open with visitors. They kind of have to sign up there and stuff like that, which is understandable for I will never hate on a gym for not allowing visitors.
No,
It's completely
the
understandable.
business at the
Guys
end of the
come to
day.
your gym and they'll start recording like their sessions and like they'll tell you they're gonna flow roll with you and then they start beating you up on camera to go flex to their gym and everything. So I it's completely understandable for people to not want other people from other schools to come train with them unless they're willing to sign up. But I'm all about cross training. I would go to the city to train at 10th Planet New York City over there, even though I live on
Nice.
Long Island. I would go to Unity in the city, train with those guys. I love jiu-jitsu is a whole different vibe than MMA though. Like you go to a different jiu-jitsu gym and it's like, yeah, I just want to get some rolls in, and then you go to an MMA gym and it's like, yo, I just want to spar with you guys, and everyone's like, whoa, I don't know. Like it's a little different, but yeah. To answer your question, I just everywhere. I trained almost everywhere on Long Island, just a few places that I haven't.
And you're feeling it, right? You're feeling
That yeah, it's growing. It's growing, man. It's growing.
and Chris Wade, uh, I believe Long Island
The
MMA.
PFL fighter, the blonde hair, yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen him.
yeah. He made, and I've repeated this point over and over and over. He was posed the question, why are Long Island guys so tough? Like, why is there such a uh, why is there so much volume of mixed martial arts training on Long Island, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, boxing? And he simply said about how hard it is that it just iron sharpens iron just to make it to a gym on Long Island. Like I haven't trained in weeks. So just to make it means that you got all your other things covered and you're making it to the gym. Now to make it to the gym to train uh for a tournament, another level. To make it to the gym and train for a fight, another level. To make it to the gym, train for a fight, do all this, stay disciplined, and avoid the distractions that comes with living on beautiful Long Island. and make it to the UFC, it's like, dude, the cream of the crop rises to the top.
Yeah.
Did not mean to make that rhyme. But my point is, it's it's probably one of the most per capita, most expensive place in all of United States. Like maybe some pockets in California. Maybe it's tough for like some Team Alpha Male guys in Sacramento or some Kings MMA in LA, but I just think it's easy. Chris, you could get a job as a cop. You could get a
Yeah.
job as a nurse, as a secretary, as an accountant, and have a safe 60K. You go out on your happy hours on Fridays. You play your fantasy football. You maybe play flag football on the weekend. You go to the bar on Monday nights for Monday night football. But why the hell did you choose this path of trying to be a martial artist, but also an elite martial artist? I believe you do want to be professional, right? And make it
Yes.
to a highly respectable organization.
Yes. I do have a job currently. I work 7 to 3 for the highway, like fixing up roads and stuff like that. Like typical MMA based construction job like Demetrius Johnson or George St. Pierre would have. Like he was a garbage man and TJ was a construction worker. So I work 7 to 3 and I eat very light while I'm at work. Always try to keep it healthy, like peanut butter, bread, like fruits, like eggs, stuff like that. And then I train at night. I have 1 cup in the morning before I go to work, and then when I get home after work, I'll have a cup before I go to training, and then that's my second job basically. So it's like I work 7 to 3 Monday through Friday, but I also train like almost every day, Monday through Friday after. So it's my second job is training. It became my second job, like my lifestyle. And I always wanted to fight since I was a kid. Like I walked up to my mom one day when I was a little kid and I was like, I want to fight. I want to be a fighter. And she signed me up for jiu-jitsu. I got to my green belt when I was a kid. And then I quit. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. This little girl's beating me up every day. Cause yeah, this little girl is choking me out every day. When I was a kid, I never competed. I was too scared. I was going to get beat up by other kids and in front of people. So when I got to my green belt, I quit, and then I never stopped loving it. I kept like I was in love with fighting. I was always watching like Teen Titans, Naruto, like all those crazy cartoons. I was always fighting with kids. I had like anger issues, so I was always picking fights in school. And then my 17th birthday, I signed up for MMA again. I started training heavily, like all the time. And then COVID hit, like crazy. COVID hit bad, so I didn't know anybody at the gym that I started training at, which was Vamos, which is where I train now. But so when COVID hit, I didn't get to know anyone. All the gyms shut down. So I kept training. I kept saying like I wanted to be a fighter still, but I just had nowhere to train. So I just kept working out, doing everything I could because I lost my job to COVID and I was getting paid from unemployment. So I'm just getting paid from the government now to just sit around and do nothing. So I was like, I have to train. So I just kept training and training and training.
Wow.
And then I met one of my friends was friends with Pat and his dad and was like, hey, why don't you come train with me and this guy in their house? We're training in their house, just doing jujitsu since like you want to be a fighter and stuff. So I was like, all right. So I went there and I've been with them ever since. I've been with Pat and his dad for 4 years now. And that's when I fell in love with the jujitsu world again because and I was just doing only jujitsu in their house. So after 2 months, I did a tournament, my first ever tournament. And I got second place after like training in their house for like 2 months. I got like
Wow.
second place in the jiu-jitsu tournament. And I was like, I got to keep doing this. So I just like every month that went by or every 2 months that went by, I was just doing a tournament, getting like second place, getting like first, and I started getting first place, like gold medals. And I just got addicted to jiu-jitsu and competing. Then the gyms opened back up. So I signed up at 10th Planet because that's where they were. And I just kept training and training and training and training. And here I am like 4 years later. I have my purple belt, and a few months back, I decided, hey, I want to finally live out that dream of being an MMA fighter and do MMA. So I signed back up at Vamos, the gym that I was at before COVID. And as soon as I signed back up there, and I was like, as soon as I walked through the door, I was like, they took a liking to me because of my jiu-jitsu background. I was in there like subbing high level MMA guys that just because of my jiu-jitsu background. They're like, yo, we're gonna get you in the fucking cage quick. So when I first signed back up a few months ago, my first fight was June this year. So I signed up for MMA just a few months before that. And they were like, yeah, and they were like, we're gonna get you in the cage. I wanted to fight next year. I didn't want to fight till next year. But they were like, we're gonna get you in the cage this June because you're ready already. Your jiu-jitsu and your grappling's already there. You just need to work on your hands a little bit.
It's
So
not 2005 though.
exactly. So yo, I only trained like for
Going
like
out there like Kron Gracie.
I did. That's what I did though. My whole my first fight, I went out there the first round. They didn't even check to see if I had a mouthpiece in. I didn't have a mouthpiece, so I didn't have any mouthpiece in. And this is Israel Adesanya's cousin. I'm versing. This guy goes by the Data Bender, and I
What was
had
the IT guy?
I don't know why his name is the Data Bender, but I guess it has to do with like the style bender. Like he's just trying to be like his cousin or whatever. Toodles to him. Now he won that fight, so I I came at him first round with like no striking experience. I just remember running up to this guy and grabbing him. Like I just ran up to him and just grabbed him. And like they announced me as a grappler, and I only threw 5 strikes this whole 3-round fight.
Nice.
And it was the second round because I wasn't getting anything off of my grappling. And like I remember going for a Kimura on off my back because I failed the takedown. So I went to my back and locked up like a Kimura from full guard. And the ref looks at me. I think his name was Tommy Santana, and he was like, "No Kimuras." Like he didn't let me Kimura. Like I was like, "What the fuck?" So I had to let the Kimura go. And he said no Kimuras, and like he was like, "No Kimuras."
What? He definitely
Yeah.
was betting on the Data Bender.
It was weird though because I found out afterwards, after the fight, you were allowed the Kimura. So
Yeah,
he
of
kind of
course.
just fucked me over. But I thought they weren't allowed in amateur. You know, it's my
No
first
rear
fight.
naked chokes.
Yeah, that's what it felt
Oh,
like.
all right, my bad. No
Yeah,
guillotines. Oh,
I had it
what?
like this. I had it like this. I just like I was like, all right. So I
You
got
sure
back.
you heard that? Did somebody yell like, "No, come
No,
on"?
I had it. I was in full guard with it fully locked in. And the ref, I look up at the ref for a second, and he's just like going like this. He's like, no Kimuras, no Kimuras, like going like that. He's like, no
Did he
Kimuras.
say it or did he just wave his
He
arms?
said it because
This is
the guy tried to
controversy.
Kimura. The guy tried to Kimura me in the 3rd round at the end of the fight, and he said it again. He was
Yeah,
like,
because
no
he had
Kimuras.
to. He had to
Yeah,
save face.
yeah. He was like, no Kimura. Yeah.
Dude,
So the
were
guy,
your coaches screaming?
yeah, my coaches, well, everyone thought I just let it go. They thought I let the Kimura go. They didn't even realize that the ref like told me to let it go. But as soon as I let the Kimura go, I got right back up to my feet and I threw like my first 5 punches at the guy and I almost knocked him out. I almost knocked him
All
out.
in that one
Yeah,
flurry?
yo, I got up back to my feet. I heard one of my coaches, he was like, strike with him, strike with him. I threw one jab at this guy's face and I hit him like right here in the eye. And he started going like this, like
Really?
yeah, he started leaning
You got
back. Like
heavy hands?
I guess I didn't know. I didn't even know because I hit the guy.
That's what I heard from Dan Henderson was on
Yeah.
Rogan. He's like, yeah, I didn't know I had heavy hands until I threw and somebody's like, yo, you can crack. He goes, nah, stop it. So do
I
you
didn't
think you
know.
got that gift?
Yeah, I guess so, man. I hope so. Because like I hit him with like one jab to the face, but it was like in the eye. So
And he's wobbling?
he started flinching and wobbling. So I hit him with another jab and then a two. And I don't even strike. So I hit him with like 3 punches and he was like wobbled on the gate. So then I started swinging like Francis Ngannou. I was like, oh wow, I
Yeah.
got him. So I
Yes, yes,
started
yes.
swinging like crazy. And then I'm a grappler, so I just grabbed him. Like I hit him with those 3 good punches. He was wobbling. I started coming at him like Francis Ngannou, and then I just grabbed him and I took his back. I got my body lock like this, and then I got the one hook in, and I hooked my foot to the far side, and I just fell with it. Took his back, started punching him in the body because you can't punch in the head yet. And then I was looking for my choke, and then the round ended. So
Good.
and the 3rd round, I took him down too, but he ended up sweeping me with a
At what point
triangle.
did you know you were having fun and loving this?
Oh my God. After that fight, it was like Like, I think it had to be the second round when I was tagging him up because I didn't know I had hands like that.
And we were like,
Like,
holy shit. Did you have an outer body experience? Like
I really did because,
thinking
like,
while you were doing it? Like, what?
I was
This is
terrified to go in
crazy.
there, and I'm over here like, bah, 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 this guy on the gate. I was like, what?
Did you tell everybody about it? Like family and friends, or did you keep it
100%.
low-key? Okay. Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
I had people there watching me and everything, and like, um, I don't know. It was just weird because I didn't do too much striking, like boxing or anything, getting ready for that fight.
Yeah, no
Like,
shit.
so it was just so weird to be like beating the shit out of this guy with my hands. But you get lucky, man. You get lucky, and like you just have to believe in yourself. It's literally faith over fear, especially when you're going out there getting locked in a cage with another man like that. You really just have to let your hands loose, let your grappling loose. You have to just believe in what you got, and you have to go for it.
All right. I want 15% profits for this. And
Yep.
if you could get a t-shirt that's like it's like a basketball hoop and
Hmm.
then the person dunking the ball says faith and
I
then the
love that.
net says or like something below
Fear.
the net says or like a person you're dunking over is fear and then it says Van Dunk,
I love that.
right?
That's good. That's good. I like that. I like that. That's perfect. Oh, I
Faith
love
over
that.
fear. That's
Faith
fucking
over
awesome,
fear.
man.
Exactly.
Wow, wow. Yeah, but you seem like you're taking everything in stride, like you're in this for the long run, you know?
I want to fight for as long as I possibly can. Yeah, and I want to take it as far as I can. That's why I don't want to make any slip ups either. It's all about winning in this sport. It's a sport all about winning. So
Yes.
I just want to go out there and just get more dubs on my name,
Yeah,
more
can't be a
wins.
journeyman at amateur.
Exactly.
Can't be
No,
4-3, can't be 5 and
no,
4.
exactly. So I'm just trying to stay focused on winning, and that's it. Just getting those wins for now. So I don't want to. I know my corner wants me to jump back in there, like literally October like 25th. They're
It's a
trying to get.
compliment though. You gotta look at it, right? As like
Oh, of course, of
it's not
course.
like they're saying, we should look at 2025. Like, no,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
the fact that they're pumping you up and it's a respectable gym, it's like that's a huge compliment.
it is. It is
Are you
definitely.
gonna wait a week? You're gonna think about it?
Definitely, it's hard for me to say no to fighting. You know what it is? I love to fight. Like at the end of the day, I just love being in that cage. So
All right. Chris will be rejoining us.
Let me see if this works. Check, check, check.
Yes, okay, it works in the headphone. Chris, I was next to his brother, Kyle, for uh like an hour just chit-chatting. We're talking about the Mets and keeping an eye on the game. This was Saturday, September 28th, Flex Fight Series 39, Coliseum. Extremely great event to have fighters like Chris Van Dunk, obviously many other amazing athletes that filled the bill to witness and feel the energy. Incredible. Fights were incredible. High octane guys. As I was saying with Chris, I'm very excited to see where this sport can go for the New York scene. Everybody knows about Atlantic City, Mohegan Sun, but I believe New York is.
hey,
And
sorry about
I was
that.
doing something in the business called Phil. I was just talking about uh everybody knows about Atlantic City, Mohegan Sun, but New York is here to stay and uh assholes like Chris Van Dunk. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. You have a very calm temperament and demeanor. Is that does that frustrate a lot of people? Because I know New York is like a very go, 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 go. And you mentioned when you said cups, you meant cups of coffee?
Yes, 2 cups.
Dude, two is nothing compared to some of the go-getters out there.
I
And it's like
know.
they might be like snorting Adderall and like shooting a coffee tampon up their ass like to stay awake. And it's like, uh,
Oh.
my point is your demeanor is very different than the energy around you. Have you been told that? Are people like, oh, Chris, wake up, man, come on? But it's like,
Yeah, definitely,
I'm sure when they
especially
see you fight, it makes
100%.
sense. Like they're
Yes.
like, oh, he's awake, he's
Yeah.
alive. Like,
I do get that sometimes where people tell me they're like, fighting's your element. Like that's your element. Like that's where I strive because like you said, I'm very mellow, relaxed, and chill, like
oh yeah,
just like the hang out vibe. I love fashion, food, weed, cartoons. I'm a nerd, I'm a geek, you know what I mean? So I definitely get that a lot where people like I don't fit the whole asshole New York vibe, but when I fight, I do because I'm the nicest guy like outside of the cage, but when I'm in that cage, like I'm an asshole. Like I'm an asshole. Like that's like the mentality I like to have. Like I want to be like the nicest dude, like Wonder Boy Thompson. Like outside that cage, he's the nicest dude, but like when he's in that cage, he's destroying you. There's a karate masterpiece, and you're his moral, you're his painting. He's just painting a picture on your face.
I believe a lot of introverts uh fight. A lot of people
Mhm.
who like this is gonna sound crazy, but I believe even like somebody like Conor McGregor or Colby Covington, I believe they're super quiet. Like they need their super quiet time. But this is the what they've been rewarded with psychologically. I'm just pretending I'm a psychiatrist. Psychologically, like since they were probably like a toddler, if McGregor was like knocking over chip bowls or like screaming on a table or on his chest, he probably got attention for that.
Yeah,
And it's like he still wants that attention. But I heard a podcast with the Imagine Dragon. You know Imagine Dragons?
yeah.
The guy said he and he's
One.
like one of the craziest, most energetic singers ever. Like definitely top 10, no doubt about it. But he says he just doesn't he's like he just gets it into like a little what do butterflies get? A cocoon and like disappears from people. Um, man, I'm just so happy for like people like yourself that seem really calm, that are really calm, that you get this expression. Like, do you believe that this is you're not 41, you're 21.
Yeah,
Like, your 41 version of you in 2025 or 24 would not be happy, would be angry if this didn't have this frustration. You'd probably like make your kid want to be a fighter. But it's
yeah.
pretty amazing how everything has aligned for you here. Have you stepped back and reflected at this? Like you have a major opportunity. It's like you're at the right spot at the right time. 21 years old, purple belt, getting experience. It's got to feel like amazing.
It does. I when I sit back and I look at like everything I have now and everything that is placed in front of me, it's like just like I said before, trying to make all like the right careful movements, right steps because I do realize the potential that I have of being like the next best fighter, you know what I mean? Like being like a flex champion and then taking it even further and being a UFC fighter and a UFC champion one day. Like it's like you said, I'm at that beginning step to there, you know, like amateur MMA, great team behind me, great MMA team, great jiu-jitsu base, great team, family. I have a big stardom to something that could be really great. So I definitely do sit back and look at it and just like I said before, not gonna make any mistakes. I'm gonna get there and just make it happen because that's a dream. And my dreams can come true. You know, you just gotta really believe in them
Yep.
and chase them. And then dreamers can, dreamers can be dreamers, but you gotta achieve. You know, you gotta work
Yes.
hard. You gotta work as much as possible. It takes a lot of work, like you said before. It's a lot of preparation mentally, physically. Like you gotta eat right, you gotta sleep right, you gotta think about it, you got to dream about it, like it has to be in your head like 24/7, just like I want to be this and this is what I have to do to become this.
Yes. Yes. Well, 100%. And if I could give you a piece of advice, you have to be the last person, no matter what, to believe in it. Your mom, your brother, your coach can believe in you, but at some point, as crazy as this going to sound, they can only go 99.9%.
Mhm.
You have to walk in there. They can't throw
Yeah.
the punches. They can't throw up the Kimuras that are going to be waved off. Like they you have to do it. So it's, dude, you might be married at 27 and your wife might not know how you're going to come out of a fight against a really tough kid or a tough Russian, a tough Brazilian, and they saw a knockout reel. You have to believe it yourself. Like, so no matter what, don't get deterred is what I'm saying. It's like the doubt, they can't do what you're doing. But speaking of them, how has it been? Was it hard to convince them, the family, like to get on this rocket ship that you're building ready for takeoff? Like, or were you getting some looks? At barbecues, they try to throw wings. Oh, how come Chris isn't eating? And it's like that kind of like indirect, like let's poke at his armor,
Yeah.
mental armor. How has that process been?
It's my grandma and my mom, like they're very supportive of it, but they hate the fact that like that's what I chose almost.
Mm,
They're like they don't hate it to the point where they're like, oh, you got to do something else and like
be ready.
disowning.
Be ready,
Yeah,
man. Be ready
yeah,
then.
it might get there, might get there, yeah. But my mom has never came to any of my jiu-jitsu competitions or my fights because she doesn't want to see me get hurt. She just doesn't want to see me get hurt. And that's the main thing. She doesn't want to see her son get hurt. Same with my grandma. She doesn't want to see her grandson get hurt. But the guys in my family and my sisters and my dad and my brothers, they love it. You know, they're big fans. They always want to be at my fights. They always want to, they're always screaming my name, reposting everything. So majority of my family, they're just fans and they love that I love what I'm doing and that I found something that, you know, I could always just do and love to do. And it's an art, you know. So they realize that because I have a lot of singers and painters and people in my family that love fashion, music, stuff like that. So they just realize that that's my type of art and my type of like that's my thing. That's my getaway. So they realize that. But like my mom, she's always gonna just hate seeing me. Like even if I get one punch in the face, she's like, oh, I can't see it. She's like, I can't see that. So
That's fair. That's
yeah,
fair. Don't change that. Don't be like, Mom, I'm fighting at MSG. Like,
yeah,
no, just keep it the way it is.
yeah,
But what have your brother being like this? Yo,
exactly,
yo,
exactly.
you know anything about Chris's opponent? You know anything? And I'm like, nice to meet you, Kyle. Let's go Mets. But no, I'm just meeting you. I'm just learning about your brother. Oh, you think he's got this? And then I see him at the end of the night. I'm like, yo, he did it. He goes, woo! Like it was like a huge weight off his chest. I hope Kyle, I love you. It was great to meet
Kyle's
you, brother.
awesome. Kyle is awesome.
But he was on like, watch, like a fucking
He's the oldest in our family.
he's got that energy, like
Mhm.
protector energy.
Yeah.
Like I was like, dude, put the knife away. I was like, this he's super cool, super cool. And I can't wait to chit chat with him at the next event when you're fighting October 25th. No.
Oh shit.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Man, uh
Yeah.
do you hang out with your boys like from training? Because since I've stopped drinking now for and it's tough on Long Island. Long Island's a very, very
Yeah.
heavy drinking culture. The
Yeah.
beach, the winters, those brown, wet counters at all the bars, like it's dive bars and parties, Nutty Irishmans and all that. The Napper Tacky, with Napper Tandies or whatever it's called. It's like Patchogue is booming. Like, um, but finding a circle who of guys who train who you also get along with has been really helpful for me because dude, it's like temptation. Yeah, you talk about fear over faith, but temptation is trying to dunk on faith and belief and like what
Uh,
any strategies by you? Do you carry like a pack of Oreos and if you're like fiending like
Um, it's easy for me to kind of stay away from the whole drinking aspect. It's easier for me to stay away from drinking, but
Yeah, I don't see you like
Yeah, not
going
really.
nuts on like a bar and dancing
Yeah,
and shit.
I'm not really into that. I'm more of like hippie vibes, like Sean O'Malley, like smoke a joint or something, like that.
Fires,
Nick
beach
Diaz, Nick
fires,
Diaz. What?
beach fires.
Yeah, stuff like that,
Okay,
like
okay.
stuff. But I don't really go out too much with my training partners. We will sometimes like I said, I'm a nighttime trainer, so like I train like at like sometimes a class from like 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. class, 7 p.m. class. So like usually I'll train if I do one of the earlier classes like 5 or 6, and then I'll hang out with some of the guys at the gym for a bit, like something light, like just for an hour or two. Maybe I'll drive somebody home if they need a ride home, but like I don't really hang out too much. I'm more just like focused on work. Maybe I'm with my girlfriend or my family, stuff like that. But training
Okay.
partners,
I
not too.
wasn't gonna ask, but I was like, all right, since he said it.
Yeah.
You got a girlfriend. Okay. That
Yes.
that makes things easier. Yes, you're not
Yeah.
you're not on the hunt. The only person you're hunting is your opponent on fight night, you know?
Yes. Exactly.
Cool, cool,
Focused,
cool.
locked in.
Does she train?
No, no, not yet. Not
Did she
yet.
go to the fight on Saturday?
Yeah, she was there.
And okay, okay. And it's
She doesn't
like,
train yet. She will. She will.
yeah, it's like I tell my brothers, they're like wildly obsessed with golf. I'm like, "Yeah, guys, no matter what, it's got to be like date one. You got to fucking tell them about your golf. Otherwise, they're gonna hate you. Like, let them sit on the cart, teach them how to play, but it's like, don't run away from it. Because then they're gonna resent you. Your girl will be like, you train so much. You train so hard, Chris. You should take a day off. Oh, you're right. Okay, but you worked hard for months. Take 2 days. Yeah, you're right, babe. Like you gotta be
Dude,
careful. You gotta be
babe.
careful.
Yeah,
But she's supportive.
exactly. Yeah, she's very supportive.
Okay.
100%.
Joe
Yeah.
Rogan tells horror stories. He says on fight week, he goes, those B words want to make it about them, and they like raise hell for their boyfriend or
Who
husband.
said that? Joe Rogan?
Yeah, I believe it. I
No,
believe it.
yeah,
But they
100%.
don't. They probably didn't stick around. You're living the lifestyle, and it takes some adjusting. And it's like you seem pretty cool outside of fighting, and
Yeah,
that's what they should gravitate to. But
yeah,
seems like you got it figured out, man. What's the skeletons? What's
yeah.
going on? No.
I gotta give I gotta give respect to like those like fighter girlfriends out there because it is hard, yo. It is hard for them, like because like when it like we have to have a strict diet. We can't go out to eat where you want to eat. We have a strict diet. We can't stay up late all the time with you. Can't stay up late. We got to go to bed at a certain time because it's like if I'm not getting the right hours of sleep or like you just have to it's just the whole staying healthy aspect, you know what I mean? Like and like not everybody wants to be healthy every single day of the week. We all slip up. But when you're like getting ready for a fight, you can't slip up like that. You have to get that. You have to have right sleep. You have to be on the diet, eating right. You have to be watching what you're eating. Like you have to be just so you're mentally prepared to get in the cage. You're just like mentally getting ready to get in the cage. So it was actually my girlfriend's birthday, the like yesterday, which is like right after the fight. So like instead of being able to like think of that like every single day leading up to the fight, which is like I can't think of that. Even though her birthday's right after the fight, I can't think about her birthday till after the fight because
Right.
I can't think of anything but the fight. When you're like leading up to being in a cage with another man, they're gonna lock the door and you guys are gonna rip each other's heads off. All you can think about is that person in front of you, like getting ready for that day and just having every little advantage you can have before getting in that cage. Like you want to have every little advantage over that guy possible.
The fear of failing will drive
Yes, the
a
fear
lot
of
of people.
failing, exactly.
And yeah, there's a balance. But you seem like a hard worker, smart dude. How do you
Mhm.
not overtrain?
Oof, that's a tough one. That is a tough one because it's so easy to like I would say the best thing for guys to not overtrain is save your hard rounds and your hard sparring for earlier on in your camp. Because you see a lot of pro fighters, even like guys like even some of the best, like Charles Oliveira, one of the best fighters today, had a fight coming up. I forgot who he was supposed to verse, where he gashed his whole forehead because he was sparring a week before the fight. I forgot who he was supposed to fight, but even Dana White talked about it. He was like, I don't understand why fighters a week before their fight are like getting gashes in their forehead. You know what I mean? And so just try to save your hard sparring rounds for earlier on. So like if something like that does happen, you're not canceling a week before the fight. You're
Well,
canceling like
6 weeks out, 7 weeks out, you got to be in shape. A lot of people
that
probably
too.
getting in shape by week
Yeah.
4. That's
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that goes back to living a clean lifestyle.
Yeah. So I try to save like my hard sparring rounds for like earlier on in the camp, but like you said, it's like you still have to stay conditioned. So I still spar, it just slowly becomes more playful. It becomes more playful as time goes. Like you'll have like those harder rounds and then like you'll be like, all right, I can't spar as hard anymore, or you can't spar with certain people because certain people are more competitors, more competitive. And then it gets to a point once I'm closer to the fight, like a week or two out, I don't even really spar like that. I just like pull up to the gym, like work out. I'll do drills. Like like I'm really terrified of getting injured before a fight. Like it's like the worst feeling. It's like you don't want to get hurt before a
And
fight.
you want
So
to keep your word. You
yeah,
gave your
exactly.
word on this date.
Exactly. You want to be there that day. It sucks having to back out of a fight because you're injured. Because then the other guy thinks that like you're just like backing out. You don't want to fight him. It's
It's an
like
L. It's an L in their head.
yeah.
Somebody's head.
But it's also good to not care what that guy thinks ever. Like let's say you just don't feel like fighting. It's good to back out of a fight because you don't feel like fighting. Be ready mentally and physically to be ready to fight
You
because
hear those horror stories or
yeah, if
horror
you're
stories.
like in the UFC, then like like
You
you don't
gotta
want to.
fight.
You might have to fight, but there's guys like Brian Ortega where it's like the day of the fight he's got the flu. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like it goes hand in hand. I know Brian Ortega is one of those guys where it's like he's got to really be ready to fight the fight. Because like he said, he had the flu, and then I remember when he versus Yair Rodriguez, he like fell on his shoulder wrong, and his whole shoulder came out. It was like so he has some tough moments like that.
It's
Then
tough for him to
recently
say
in
no.
Diego.
Because so many people want to say yes and appease to other people, make other people happy.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
you are a performer. I'm a performer. I want people to like what I'm saying. You want people to like what you're putting out there. You don't want to be a lame prey for
Hmm.
3 rounds. You want to
Yeah.
entertain and get more attention. And it's like sometimes you have to be super selfish and say no.
Yeah.
I ain't fighting.
It goes back to also what you said when it's like you have to believe in yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause like if ever your whole corner is telling you you're gonna squash this dude, but you just don't feel right at the moment, you can't fucking go out there. You know what I mean? If you're not feeling it 100%, you got to feel it 100%, or you're not gonna perform the way you want to perform.
I agree. I also am a big believer in being good at multiple things, like to
Yes.
keep the mind sharp. It could be video games, to each their own. If you're fucking nasty at like Ghost of Tsushima or Call of Duty or something, like God bless you. But what are some of your hobbies?
Um,
Oh shit.
I know, right? It's like fighting, just fighting. Nah, I do play video games, but I'm not a huge video game nerd. Like I play fight games. Like I love Mortal Kombat and like UFC and like just every fight game ever, like Tekken, anything, any fight game. I don't really play too many like first person shooters or anything like that. So I like playing fight games. I like Bethesda video games a lot, like
Gears of
Sky,
War.
Gears of War, Fallout, like
I
all
haven't
those
gotten
games.
into Skyrim. I was like, I need better action with the. If
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the knight, they need to be fucking nasty. They don't like
Yeah.
like it. I don't know.
Yeah, I like post-apocalyptic stuff, like and like medieval stuff like that. I like geek stuff. I like The
What about
Walking Dead.
movies? What do you like to
I
Walking
do,
Dead and you
yeah,
like World
Walking
War Z,
Dead,
28
Breaking
Days
Bad.
Later?
More of just like The Walking Dead. I didn't really like World War Z too much. I saw it. I did watch it. I wasn't a big fan, but I'm big into like geek stuff like that.
See The
Just
Last
like
of Us?
yes, The Last of Us is good. The Last of Us is really good.
Okay, I
I
gotta
did
check it
like
out.
that. I like
Wa-
superheroes, like comic books and stuff like that.
You watching the Penguin?
No, I didn't watch it. Is that the new Joker movie?
The
Was
Penguin
it?
show on HBO. But
Oh, the
are
Penguin
you gonna
show.
see the Joker movie?
Yeah, there's a new Joker movie coming out. I want to see that. Yeah.
Did you like the first one?
Yeah, it was good. It wasn't bad. It was good.
That shit got deep. I think it was an anti-bullying
Yeah.
essay. Dude, that shit. I still remember the movie. I only seen it once, and my brothers were on edibles,
Yeah.
and somebody took a picture of the theater of the screen, I guess, for whatever reason, and they like got like paranoid, like because there was a flash,
Yeah.
like remember because years back with the Joker, Heath Ledger, that some guy shot up a theater, so everybody's like on edge
What?
with the fucking with the that was a crazy Joker. That was a crazy Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. But yeah, man. Are you big into chess? I feel like you got the mind for it.
No, I suck at chess, to be honest. I wish I was good at it. I know jujutsu
Dude,
is
you
like
play
the
chess with your
chess
fucking body.
body. I know. I play it
Ah.
with my body. Jujutsu is the human chess. I know. I've heard it.
Okay. Final thing. Who are some of the fighters that you love to watch?
Demetrius Johnson. I love Demetrius
And
Johnson.
you see what he's doing in jiu-jitsu, right?
Yeah, animal. Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz is definitely one of them. Um, love the Diaz brothers. Anthony Pettis.
You kind of look like Nick. Like if he had, if he
I actually have a side by side pic with him. Me and Nick were like this together.
in person.
In person, I met Nick
What?
Diaz. Yeah, I have a picture with him. We're both like this together. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Dude,
we do look alike in the picture too, actually. It's
dude,
fun.
if Nick Diaz was a Nazi, you get you.
Yeah.
Kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I
I'm
know.
kidding. I'm kidding, people. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I love that.
You're more of a Viking, Valhalla blood.
Yeah.
I know that. I know that.
Yeah.
You big frame guy? You like starving yourself, or do you get to like to replenish the body? Do you blow up like
I,
25
I
pounds?
I actually fight like that last fight was at my walk weight, which is
What?
180. 180, yeah. I walk around at this weight.
What? And
Yeah.
was it said 180 catch weight?
Yeah, well, the fight was supposed to be at 185, and my opponent missed weight by 10 pounds. Like he was 195 or like
That's not missing
194.
weight.
He was like 195,
He was
194.
195 on fight night?
The weigh-ins the day before,
Oh, so he was
up there.
holy
And
shit, dude. You should have started with this. You fought the guy who was
yeah, they asked me, well, they're like, do you still want to fight? Do you want to take the fight? And I said, yeah. And the guy came up to me and he was like, oh, thanks for accepting the fight, but you shouldn't have. Like he was gonna like beat me up or some shit. Like, like yeah.
like
I was like, what the
like
fuck?
a bad high school bully.
Yeah, he was like yapping and talking shit the whole time. But at the same time trying to do it respectfully. Like he was like he would yap, say talk shit, and then he'd be like, I can't wait to fight with you. Like, oh, respect. Like I was like, oh fuck.
Dude,
I think he was trying to make himself believe he was gonna win just by like
that's the danger
talking.
of the Conor McGregor era. It's
Yeah,
like be
exactly.
yourself. Don't
Yeah.
pretend that like who the fuck is that guy? Like if it's not in you, like you can't fake it. And it's like then
He
you're
did a
living a
lot of
lie.
talk. He did do a lot of talking like leading up to the cage, but he was just trying to sell the fight. But to be honest with you, that's not the kind of like I'm not into that whole like sell the fight thing. You know, I'll sell the fight when I get in the cage and I win the fight. That's
Right.
me, man.
Like the
I'm
Diaz
not.
brothers.
Yes, exactly.
Did you give him the middle finger in the middle of the we're like, fuck you, you
And
win.
I should have. Well, no, but that's when I was like, I let my emotions. I told myself like 100 times, like, yeah, after I win, I'm not screaming, I'm not celebrating, you know, just respectful, you know, put my hat on, get my hand raised. I remember I won and I was just like, ah, you just let it all out. You just let it all out.
Yeah,
Your
you didn't even
emotions
you
get the
learned
best
about
of you.
yourself.
Yeah. I
Wow.
like to celebrate after I win, you know. What can I say? Like you deserve to like scream and let loose and celebrate. As long as you could do it humbly and respectfully, you deserve to celebrate after you won your fight, you know. As long as you're not like yelling at the guy in his face or doing anything
Yes.
disrespectful, like you could scream to the crowd as much as you want. You could jump on the cage, do a backflip, celebrate as much as you want, as long as you're being like respectful and having sportsmanship. I feel like it's not a problem, you know.
Yeah, celebrate your win, not their defeat.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Like I can't stand the people when they like knock them, like, bitch, I showed you. And they're like
Yeah.
standing over them. It's like, dude, just come on.
Yeah, just let it go. Just let it go.
Let it
You
go.
you gave them enough just by winning. You know what I mean? Like that's enough. You don't got to get in their face and say anything after. It's like
Khabib wanted more, man. Khabib's
I
like,
know, I
we're not
know,
done.
Khabib.
He's ready to go at Dylan Dennis.
I know that brawl was insane.
I could see you hanging out with Dylan Dennis.
I like Dylan Danis, honestly. I
I
would hang
know, I
out with
know,
him,
I
go to
know.
the bars with him and McGregor and stuff. Yeah, I would hang out with him. He's a goofball online though. I love watching him go in comments. Like he'll go in comments and like make fun of like top 10 ranked fighters, and it's like, bro, where have you even been? Like, what are you doing, bro?
Hooked somebody like 6 years ago.
Yeah, you look someone in Bellator like years ago, exactly.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
He did just box like Logan Paul or something, right? Didn't
Oh,
he? Or
that was real? I don't know why I saw a face
did he?
off and I never saw
Did
the
he
fight.
not? Oh, they never boxed
I
though.
don't know. I don't know. I'm so I
Yeah,
didn't
I
see
think I
haven't
saw
seen
a
one
face
highlight.
off. I
See,
think
you
I
saw
saw
a
a
face
face
off
off.
too,
Yeah,
right?
the face off, right? Yeah, I'm thinking that
Dude,
it actually happened. It probably never happened.
like somebody could like your brother could just like, yo, I love watching Logan Paul and Dylan box, and it's like we would have to believe it. One, because your brother is extremely confident, and
I would believe him too. I would believe him too if he came up to me like that.
Kyle, I love you.
Okay,
Hope I'm doing an impression of you justice. Um, all right, brother. What else? What else?
Davison Figueiredo is on my fighter list too. He's an amazing fighter. He's so good. The God
Yes,
of War.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
I just love the whole sunglasses, headphones vibes like that. I love that because like especially at a face off because it's just like this guy wants to like look deep in your eyes, look down your soul, and like scare you, and you're just there with headphones and sunglasses. Like he can't even look you in the face. Like and it just shows to say that it's just business. You know, it's another day at work or something. It's a job. You know, I'm just pulling up with my sunglasses and my headphones. Like
I
just
think we're
another day.
getting more towards that. Bo Nickel talks about it, just making it a sport.
Yeah, it's just a sport. You know,
That's what
exactly. That's why I like to do it.
Ellie Evangelista.
What'd you say?
Eli Evangelista.
He's a fighter?
Yeah, just fought on Flex and was talking to him prior to his fight. He was just like, "It's not war. Nobody's dying. Hopefully not." He's like, "But it's it's a sport." He's like,
He
"I
just
don't."
fought on the last card.
Yeah, yeah,
I think I know who he is. Yeah, I think I saw him.
dominated. Renzo Gracie, black belt, 24 years old.
Wow.
Man, dude, that's what I was saying. I was talking to your brother. I said, dude, he could be black belt by 24.
Yes.
You turn brown next year,
Hmm.
then it's 2 years after. Usually, brown to black is 2 years. So, dude, black belt, it says bullet point on Dana White Contender Series.
Yeah. That's the goal. That's the dream.
Dude, you're a jiu-jitsu fighter. It's like you guys need to come back. Brian
Exactly.
Ortega, Charles Oliveira's holding it down. Damian Maya's retired, but it's like
You
the
need more
jiu-jitsu
of
kind
us.
of
You need more of us.
yeah.
You need
People
more
look at
jiu-jitsu
jiu-jitsu
fighters.
guys just like smart killers. They don't look them as like respectable tough guys. And it's like, man, you could be one of those guys.
I'm ready. Definitely ready for that title. When I came into like MMA again, I knew that's the type of fighter I was going to be, a jiu-jitsu fighter. And like, I love being a jiu-jitsu fighter. There's no other type of fighter I'd rather be, you know? Obviously, I can't wait to show more balanced like skill set in the cage, like show off more striking.
Apparently, you got
So,
hands of stones.
yeah, hands. Yeah, I got hands of stone. That's the Native American in me, you know. It's the tribal in me.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
I got
yes, sir.
Apache in me.
Hand of stone. Trauma. Trauma.
Like Rick Ross. Nobody says that joke. That's an original.
I know, I like that.
But my man. So what
Yes,
else?
sir.
What's next? Sleep?
Yeah, man, just rest. I got work in the morning, so
Nice. Amazing.
yes, sir. Eat and sleep.
That's right, people. As cool as Chris Van Dunk is, the dude still works a tough blue collar job. Y'all
Exactly.
motherfuckers have no motherfucking idea.
They don't
The
have a
future
clue.
is bright for you, Chris. My man.
Thank you, brother. Thank
Faith
you.
over fear,
Faith over fear.
100% of the time. And what's your handle? I can pull it up.
Vanny.mma.
vanny.mma. And
Yes, sir.
it is, yeah. I don't know why I thought it was IE instead of Y. It is vanny.mma on Instagram. Dude,
Give me a follow.
hope that I can pop by the gym in the future.
Sure.
But
Anytime.
oh man, you went against a jiu-jitsu a Sarah guy, Harry Sowell.
Oh yeah, oh yes, I did.
Harry's tough, man. He's
Yeah.
a scrapper.
That was a good match. That was a good match.
Whoa, I'm watching it right now.
I almost calf sliced him, but he got out.
Dude, you're bigger than you look. Holy smokes. I think I met you with a shirt on, but like in the middle of the grapple match, you're like swole.
Thank you, thank you.
Damn. You think you can make 55?
I don't know. I don't know. It'd be tough. I feel like I could do it, but it'd be tough.
I mean, if you want to go 170, you got to walk around 85.
I know. I definitely could make 155, and I would do it like if I when I go pro. I would do it definitely. Like I said, it'd be tough, but like the game's tough, so I'd do it.
What's the lowest you've made?
Done already. The lowest I've ever had to drop was I did ACC trials on like 1 week notice, and I dropped from 185 to 168 in 1 week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe welterweight.
Yeah.
Maybe welterweight. Just get up to fucking 190 then. Just eat and fucking lift.
I could do it. I definitely could do it.
Yes. You don't want to be getting cold.
I think that's a smarter idea, though. Like you said, get even bigger and then drop to 170.
Because you're literally 21.
Yeah.
So by 25, lightweight would be killer. So
yeah.
Hopefully they make a 65 division by then.
The catchweight, yeah. The 165 division, there's talks about it, but we'll see what happens.
My man, Chris, I appreciate the time.
Isaac.
I'll catch you soon, brother.
Yes, sir. Good talking to you, brother.
Peace.
Peace.